Hi everyone, Alchemist here. Thank you for your subscriptions, for your likes, for your comments. I truly appreciate it. Today, I want to talk about reincarnation and things you didn't know about past lives and reincarnation. Where do our souls go after reincarnation? Did we come here by our own will, or were we forced to come here? There's a lot of things that are very unclear. No one has the proof. Some books have mentioned certain things, some ancient books, like the Book of the Dead from ancient Egypt. I believe the Tibetans have their own version of that as well. But no one really knows about how the soul reincarnates and why do we reincarnate. We can only work with the few religions that we have that tell you maybe the reason why we reincarnate, but I wanted to bring this to your attention and share it with you. Maybe by discussing it, we can open our minds to new possibilities, new theories, and maybe channeling new information that we weren't aware of before. So this subject can be very sensitive. Please feel free to watch this, what I'm going to say right now, only if you're ready to hear it. If you have a certain belief, and belief is something that's already determined. So if you have a certain belief that's already predetermined, you don't need to watch this, because what you believe, no one can change your mind. You already believe it. I'm here addressing people who want to wonder and explore. What could it be? So let's start with the reason why do we reincarnate. Reincarnation. Do you think that if you had a choice, if you actually had a choice, would you have reincarnated in the same family you're in right now? The same parents, the same family, the same background, the same location, the same country that you were given? Would you do that by will? The answer is probably not. Maybe 20% of humanity will say, yes, I will go to those families. But these people usually are the people who are born in families that are very loving, families that are very understanding, helpful, wealthy, of course. And families, in locations that are in countries that are better than others. But what about the people who are born in families that are abusive families? Souls that are born in families that are in war zones, souls that reincarnate and find themselves with abusive parents, or having situations like poverty, like starvation, like abuse. Like there's some atrocious things that are going on out there. There's families around the world, there's child trafficking. There are families that sell their kids for money. So a soul born in those kind of atrocious, horrendous environments, I'm not sure if the soul chose to be reincarnated there. But most of the religious dogmas will tell you, no, everything is predetermined, everything is decided from the beginning. And you have this other thing in the New Age community where they call it soul contract or something like that, where they say, no, you chose to come to that family. They say that before you come to life, you see everything that's gonna happen to you, and then you choose it. Even if you're gonna be born and abused and raped, you still say, yes, I want that, because it's because of karma. I totally don't resonate with this. I think it's not something that's true. Like the pain that some humans have to go through in one lifetime is unbelievable. And I'm not even talking about the pain of being broke and not having money. You'll still be okay. Maybe your family's broke, but at least you had food. But what about if you were born in a family that's abusing you, that sells you for trafficking, that sends you on purpose for prostitution? There are families like this. I've met them. And it is very like heartbreaking to hear certain individuals that I've met saying that their parents didn't mind them to do prostitution just for the sake of money. I've met them. And it's just it doesn't make sense to me that a soul will agree on something like this. And some dogmas would say, well, because it's the karma, because in one of your past lives you were a criminal, you were a tyrant, and you killed and murdered people, so in this lifetime, to pay back the price, you're doing that. That's not how it works. That is not how it works. I think that Hitler, and I'm going to take the example of Hitler being a tyrant, being a notorious tyrant who was just killed and murdered so many humans on Earth, and many before him did the same. But I'm gonna use the example of Hitler because it's the most recent one. It's the one that people can relate to the most. But trust me, before Hitler, there were countless Hitlers. But because they happened in ancient past, humans have forgot about them. Hitler got away with what he did. But then karma, which is basically the word karma in Hinduism, which is a Sanskrit word, karma or karma, means action. It means the action you do will have consequences. So whatever action you do will have the consequences. Sure, Hitler killed and murdered and tortured many humans around the world, but then at the end of his life, he got his karma. He got, there's many mysteries revolving around how he died, but whatever he did didn't last. But here's my point. He got away with a lot of atrocious things, with a lot of crimes. He got away with it. He put people in ovens. He burnt people alive. I'm not gonna go through the details. You guys know what I'm trying to say here. But it happened. The universe didn't stop it. The universe didn't stop that. God didn't stop that. The gods didn't stop anything. It was allowed to happen. You know why? Because Hitler had free will. That's why free will is very important. So if you have the same free will to make something so evil happen, don't you think it can happen for something good? If it happens for evil, and the universe allowed it to happen, because the universe is neutral, as above, so below. Neutrality, it seems, that is something that most humans cannot comprehend, because we're indoctrinized since a young age to believe that there's only one side, and that side is the only thing that is supposed to thrive. Well, guess what? I'm here to tell you that's wrong. Evil can thrive too, because the universe is neutral. It exists, it's made out of both things. You think evil doesn't exist in nature? Go to a forest. It seems to you like it's beautiful, but do you know how many trees are dying because some mushrooms are trying to eat them? You know how many plants are dying because some other plants are trying to kill them? You know how many trees are trying to grow, but you find this kind of plant that grows around the tree and tries to kill it because the plant wants to live instead of the tree? But we don't see that. You know how many insects are fighting and killing each other? But we don't see that. For us, when we see the whole, the universe, or that forest, which is a reflection of the universe, when we see that forest, to us, the hikers, and this is an example, to us, the hikers, it looks beautiful. We don't see the madness that's going on in the forest. And I'm not even talking about what's happening underground in the soil, and the bacteria and the germs and the worms and the insects. What's happening between them, and everyone is trying to survive. As above, so below. Humans are the same. So the universe is neutral. To the universe, there's no good or bad. There's no wrong or right. That's why tyrants like Hitler and before him were able to manifest horrendous crimes. It was allowed to happen because it's the power of free will. But how does that relate to reincarnation? It relates to reincarnation in terms of, if you had a choice, if you knew that you were gonna be born in a family that was gonna be burnt alive by Hitler, would you have chosen so? I'm asking you the question. Would you have said, yes, I want to reincarnate in that family. I see the Hitler army is gonna burn me alive. I want to be there. I want to be there. I want to go there. Yes, yeah, I want to reincarnate there. Would you have said so? I'm asking you the question. Just respond honestly. If you saw yourself in the medieval times, in the 12th century, and you saw that you're gonna be a very gifted, beautiful woman, and you're gonna be accused of being a witch, an evil witch, and be burnt at the stake, would you have chosen to be that? Would you have chosen to be that? I'm asking you the question. You probably wouldn't. So this soul contract thing that, oh, we come here because we choose and we pay our karma back. No. What exists is free will. Once you come to earth, you have free will to do whatever the heck you want. So how do we reincarnate? This is my theory, and it's just a theory. I'm not saying it's wrong or it's right. I'm not saying it's true. I'm not saying it's the truth. I'm not saying you need to hear it or believe it, but it's what I believe. When the souls, every soul out there, human, animal, insect, tree, plant, planet, exist in this area, in this huge, I visualize it, I see it as this huge space or dimension where souls exist. Souls exist there. All kinds of souls, they exist there. This kind of spirit dimension. And when life, physical life, because of how the order of the universe is, when life is about to be born, one soul is picked randomly, and hear me again, I say picked randomly. From there, it's picked from there by something, by someone. Who picks that? I don't know. Is it the gods? Maybe. Some superior gods? Is it some force that just working by itself? Maybe. But something picks the soul randomly and puts it throws it into the new life. And that new life can be a human, it can be an animal, it can be a tree. But I believe there's a certain kind of distinction. It's kind of distinct. Maybe the human souls are here, the plant souls are here, the animal souls are here. But the randomness, I believe, is random. The soul gets picked randomly. Oh, that family is about to have a new baby. Pick something and you just do this. You pick the soul and you put it there. So you're either gonna have the most amazing family in the world, that's rich, that's wealthy, that's understanding, that's gonna give you everything you need in your life to thrive, or you're gonna be put in a family that's poor, that's in a war zone, that's gonna abuse you, that's gonna just give you hell. Or you're gonna be put in a mediocre family that's kind of in the middle, not very good and not very bad. And the only choice you have once you're born and once you become a little bit aware of who you are, the only choice you have is your own free will to do what you want with that life. And the people who use their free will properly, they made miracles happen, either on the good side or on the bad side. Both happened. You have tyrants that destroyed so many things and conquered and murdered, and you have people who also changed the world and made the world such a beautiful place for generations. You had both. So the only thing that is true is the free will. What do you do with this life that you're given? And that's karma. Karma is your action. The action you do in this lifetime, what do you do with that action? Do you choose to do amazing things for yourself and for the people around you? Or do you choose to do bad things? But to think that we choose where to reincarnate or what to reincarnate or how to reincarnate, I personally don't believe that's a thing. And I personally believe we have very little control, very tiny little control. Once we die, what happens with us, we have very small control with that. So the key is to transcend reincarnation. And how do you transcend reincarnation? You transcend it by knowledge, wisdom, learning, practicing, becoming more connected to the spirit realm, and knowing how to transcend reincarnation. So you don't have to go to that place where you're picked randomly every time, and it's a cycle and it's just repeating itself. Every time you're picked, and you don't know how your life is going to be. So it is a scary subject. It is a sensitive subject. That's why I wanted to share it with you, because it's like a reminder that don't waste this reincarnation. Don't waste it. You're here. You came here. Whatever you're doing, whatever you got an amazing family. Good for you. You got a bad family, unfortunately, but that's just the way it is. Whatever you got, try to get yourself to the point of knowing how to get out of this cycle. It's in your hands. Only you can get yourself out of this cycle. Only you. The lives we have, the reincarnations we have are amazing. We learn so much from them. But to have them for eternity is not a good thing. You want to move on to the next level. You want to transcend, to ascend, to transcend, so you don't repeat this thing over and over and over. And that's how you become godlike. That's how you can become a creator, not just something used for creation. You want to become a creator, not something used for creation. But I'm sure there's more elements to this, more details to this. But I wanted to share this with you because a lot of people think that it's, oh, when I become a soul, I have so much free will. I can choose where to go. And no. When you're out there in the spirit realm after death, there's not much choice out there. There's not much control out there. And that's why a lot of souls decide to become ghosts. They want to stay here. They don't want to go there. Because they're like, well, at least I can be a ghost and have some freedom and roam around. I don't want to go there and pick randomly for another reincarnation, and no one knows what this reincarnation is going to be. That's why a lot of ghosts decide to stay here. People say, oh, no, the ghosts, you have to help them pass, go to the other side. What other side? There's only one side. You're in it right now. Everything is here. The spirit realm, the physical realm, they overlap. They exist at the same time, just like radio frequencies, just like television channel frequencies. The frequencies exist everywhere at the same time. But once you tune in different channels, you can see different things. So it's the same. You think passing somewhere, you exist here at the same time. Spirit realm is here. You just have to tune into it to see it, to hear it. You have to tune into it. It's all frequency. It's actually one of the Hermetic principles. It's the principle of vibration. That everything is moving, nothing is at rest, because everything is made up of frequency. Our atoms, that gives us the illusion to look like we are solid. Without vibration, we wouldn't be solid. Everything will just become nothing. The thing that makes physicality seem solid is frequency, it's vibration. So this is one lifetime you get. Make the best out of it. Learn Don't be a follower. Don't be a modern slave. Learn for yourself. Thrive. Try to do your work. Practice. Learn the secrets. Become attuned to the spirit realm. And hopefully you transcend death. You don't even have to die. I mean physical death. You can just, one day you go. You disappear at will. And that's how you become your own God. I hope this helps. I've been wanting to share this with you. Let me know in the comment section, what do you think about this? Thank you very much, and I will see you in the next video.